Yeah, we're starting quite smoothly, actually. We put a huge amount of time and effort into developing what remote learning will look like and making sure that we're doing that in a much more robust way than what we ended fourth quarter.
John, I know this isn't a fair question this early in the game, but what are the plans for a possible re-entry to face-to-face instruction?
The next phase from remote learning will be what's kind of being termed hybrid learning. And fundamentally, from an instructional, educational standpoint, we are going to need to provide enhanced social distancing, reduced class sizes, and cohorting of students. So small, if you just think about it, smaller groups on campuses, that would really be the next phase. Our ultimate goal is to have students back in in-person learning environments. I think we all understand that is the best environment for kids and families, and that's our goal. With the public health guidance, though, we're using that as a light to light our way to that path.
Will alternatives be offered to teachers and students who say they don't feel safe returning to in-person?
Yeah, we are all along the way. We will have choices for our parents and where they want to send their kids. We do now. As we turn that dimmer switch up and as more students are able to come on campuses, we will continue to have an option for remote learning.
Will teachers have the same option if they don't feel ready?
We're working with staff, and when we can provide that flexibility to staff, we are certainly going to offer that. And what we are absolutely doing is, if any teacher is in an at-risk category or student, though we are working with them and accommodating them. For people who are uncomfortable, if that's a short-term uncomfortable piece, we're working with you on that. If it's a longer-term thing, we may or may not be able to accommodate that based on what the need is. So we're having really individual conversations with people. I think for everybody, there's an emotional component to this. And as people understand what the safety precautions are and protocols, they get more comfortable with the setting. And what we didn't have up until last week was public health guidance on when is it reasonably safe. We won't do that. We won't be bringing kids back in a large way until public health metrics say it's reasonably safe to do so.
You've been quite candid about some of the challenges facing the district and the some 12,000 students and their families. Are there any silver linings at this point?
As I have often said, I realize I much prefer reading about historic events than living one. That said, the classrooms that we left in late February, early March, they are in a time capsule from an era that we are not returning to. Digital tools that we're using now, we are on such a steep learning curve. We won't go back from that. We are learning so many really great ways of connecting and using digital tools to do that. I don't see us going back and just shelving these tools once we're able to fully return to in-person learning. And I'm excited, honestly, to see what that opens up, what the possibilities are.
All right, something to gain from all this. John Carruth, Superintendent of Vail Unified School District. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.